Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stamp. Today I'm going to share with you a great tips that how I storage all my sentiments rubber stamp, the word stamp. I'm sure you have a lot of words stamp, and then the problem is when you need to use one, you have no idea which one is which one, right? So I'm gonna tire of these every time I want to make a card. I'm looking for the final touch, and I can't find which stamp is which one. And I have a lot, and then but I'm always don't know where are they. So I come up with this idea, and I'm sure it's very useful. You are going to enjoy it. And also I am going to show you what was my first rubber stamp that I purchased a while ago. Do you remember which rubber stamp? It was your first rubber stamp? Yeah, so I'm going to share with you, and if you can share with me that your first rubber stamp, that would be great. So the YouTube, you cannot really post the photo, but if you use Facebook, make sure you upload your first rubber stamp image. I would love to see. So if you are new to Low Cooking Rubber Stamp channel, welcome. This is a channel that you can have a little bit laugh and relax, and also pick up a lot of stamping tips and techniques, and some place that you are going to have a good time. So let's start today's tutorial. I am going to show you two different ways to storage all your sentiments stamps, and you can use it for the rubber stamp. You can also use this one for the clear stamp. So let's start it. Okay, before we start today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you, this is my first rubber stamp. Snoopy, of course, I am Snoopy lover. I have Snoopy everything. So this is the stamp I bought in 2001. Okay, is that cute? So that's what it looks like. And then the second stamp I have is these hugging kisses. Isn't that cute? Okay, so if you remember which one is your first stamp, just make sure, let me know. I love to see. And for Low Cooking's viewer, you know what? I just love this job. You know, since I started my business in 2007, I have been travel from the west to the east, and then meet a lot of wonderful people. I have met the captain of a submarine, and I met FBI agent, and I met a lot of people, and I love it. It's just so much fun. And if you have a chance, you go to read those comments that all my viewers left for me, you are going to laugh so bad. So today's tutorial, you're safe. I don't launch any new stamp until June 15. So feel safe to watch the tutorial. Your paycheck is going to stay with you until June 15. And remember, I am going to have a new release come out soon. I am going to offer all online store 20% offer for all the regular prices. And here is a great, is the other 10% extra code for you. So mark down this code, and when the promotion is coming, you are going to get a 10% extra discount. Okay, so that's start today's tutorial. First, you are going to need a punch tool. If you don't have this one, those binder punch will do too. I am going to need some acetate. If you have some, that will be great. If you don't have it, you can use those kind of projector sheets. They are a little bit thinner, but it does the job too. So I have some bags here. You can this one have a hole, you can hang it. That's what I have. If you don't have it, you can use just those plastic package bag. They will do too. Okay, so and then I have this binder. If you have a binder, that will be awesome too. So a binder, and I just cut half of my acetate. So this is the letter size. I just cut it in the half, and also you are going to have some like a copy paper, just a regular cardstock. If you it's no need to use a cardstock, so just a copy paper from your printer, they will do the job. Okay, so and oh, you're going to need one impact. So I am going to just use my Memento impact. You don't have to use the StazOn, and I am not using Versafine because it just takes a little bit longer time to dry. Okay, so So first, I have actually 4 sheets of acetate and the 4 sheets just a copy paper, and then I actually one more sheet. Okay, so and I have a binder here, and then you can use a 2 ring, 3 ring, doesn't matter. And then you are going to just mark down the place you are going to punch. Okay, so I mark down with my pencil here, and then we're going to use this punch tool. Okay, so you're gonna just punch, and they can go through a very thick cardstock. So I'm going to just make sure you punch it. Okay, and then let's see. Okay, can I do it? Okay, let's make sure they can go. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, just make sure they can slightly easy. Okay, and then you are going to just grab a piece of acetate first. I'm going to grab a piece of paper so that you can see better. Okay, so that's my acetate, and then you are going to start to put your rubber stamp on top of this acetate. You can go by the category. If you like all the happy birthday or the thank you, you can just do that. So I am going to just try to put on top. It doesn't have to be like very straight. You just make sure you put all on top. Okay, like these, like these. You can put as many as you want. Okay, so let's do these and these. Okay, so this one. Okay. Are you a organized person? I am not. So, but I'm just tired of these every time when I want to looking for a word stamp and I can't find it because it's hard to see which one is which one. Okay, so that's the first step, right? And you're going to use your memento. Okay, just re-ink my memento. You want to make sure that your impact is nice and moisture. I use memento a lot, so just make sure that you don't want to over ink your stamp. So I kind of over ink your impact, so I actually kind of over ink a little bit, so I'm going to just remove a little bit. Okay, and then you're going to ink your stamp. Remember, rubbing is the best way to ink your stamp. Okay, so if you can do this with your clear stamp too, but with this one is upside down. Yeah, this one is upside down. You just have to make sure rubber stamp go with a rubber stamp and the clear stamp go with a clear stamp, because the clear stamp, the height is different with the rubber stamp. So if you mix with them, you're probably going to miss a part of the image. So just make sure you ink all the stamp. Okay, and then the paper. Okay, here is a trick. So your paper, this is the way when we punch, right? So I am going to just don't stamp on the front, you actually stamp on the back, because when I want to binder, when I open my binder, I want to see the images this side. Got some ink on my finger already. Okay, and then so be careful, and then you're going to need a big acrylic block. If you don't have an acrylic block, you just use a book. Okay, put on top, and then you just use your acrylic block, gently press on the top, and then kind of move on the bottom. So I think a regular printing paper will do the job, but if you want to make like a card style, they will work. Let's see what it looks like. Maybe it doesn't work. See, I make it upside down. Oh, so this one is upside down. That's just change it, and we're going to do one more time. Okay, so let's do one more time. That's okay. Always learn the boo-boo. So, but I'm sure you're smart. You get what I'm trying to show you, right? So it's just idea. Okay, again, grab a piece of paper. Okay, you don't want to stand on the front, you want to stand on the back, because I wonder when I open it, I can find which one is which one, just like that, okay? So maybe a cardstock is a good idea, but I'm going to just use regular computer paper, and be careful, don't move. So maybe it's a good idea to use a book. Okay, so just give a nice firm press. Okay. That's it. Okay, so if you are like a picky, what you can do is you can put a more like a straight, or you can do like a category, like this is the happy birthday, and this is a thank you, and then you are going to just clean it, and then you are going to insert inside the binder. For this technique, you got to remember, after you use it, you got to put it back. If you don't put it back, it's not working. Okay, so see, and then now I'm going to put it back. So you are going to put that paper first, and you are going to do this. And then, so next time you're looking for the words, you say, oh, okay, to someone special is here, the best wishes here, life is beautiful is here, and then, so you just repeat. So I'm going to just fast forward it and show you my final product, and then also I'm going to show you the other way to storage that. Just make sure they are completely dry. And then, this binder I have is actually pretty good. They can fit a few sheets. Okay. Okay, so far, see, this is what I did already, right? I already created all the storage for the 3 sheets. So it's just like this, and then you can find out which stamp is which stamp. And you can find this binder, I think from Michael's, they have some kind of like a clearance area. It's actually very cheap. And then, but I like to share with you something else, because when I was doing it, I having hard time. Sometimes I didn't put a little bit pressure and I'm missing some part of the image. How to avoid that? So before I move that one, I'm going to share the other one with you, but I think I probably don't use it. If you don't have a binder, what you can do is you can use those kind of acetate. We do sell this one online, and then you can use the bag. So you just trimming the size exactly like the acetate size, and you can store it in the bag. So that will work just fine. But I like this way too, because I can store it just like a book, and then we can I can easily find out which one is which one. So I think that's awesome. Is a great deal, not great deal, great way to store stuff. Okay, so that's solve that problem. Do you have your die cut cutting plate? So here is my die cut cutting plate, right? And then I just found out this one is actually perfect. So you are going to put the one, if you don't have a large one, the small one also do just fine. And then you are going to put the acetate there first. Okay, remember the one have a hole is on the right side. And then you are going to put all the stamp on top. Okay, do your best. So I just have a few stamps here. Put here. So, and then put here. Okay, just do that, and put this one here. So, and then if it is a vertical one, you put a vertical. If you're picky, you want to be very straight, just use your quilt, and then that way they can keep like a horizontal. Okay, so, and make sure, just for you, Choo choo, choo 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 choo. Okay, see, like when you take a look at the stem like that, there's no way you can tell which one is which one, right? Okay, I'm going to put the little one. Okay, here, and the last one. And there's more congratulations here. Okay, so same thing, just put on top. One more tiny one. I think this one is the same. Okay, one more happy birthday. Do I have a ruler? Maybe I have to just start another sheet. Okay, so that's it. And then you're going to ink it. Okay. If you worry they move, or you know what, which maybe that's a good idea. So this is what I'm going to do. See, we're learning from the process. And then when you find some issue, try to solve that. Okay, so I rub that on top, and then you're going to use the tape. Just tape it. Okay, and then remember you're going to put this one, right? Put on top. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we're going to give it a try. So going to put on top. Don't move it. And then you're going to put the other cutting mat on top, right? Try to do your best to press everywhere. Okay, and then now we're going to just flip over. Ooh, push, push. Let's see. Ta-da! That will work just fine too. And then you just mount on top. Okay, so that's today's tutorial. If you found out today's tutorial is useful, give me a thumb up. If you find out it's not useful, give me a thumb up too. So this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stand. I am going to do more preview for the 2020 new release. So stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and give me a thumb up. Don't forget. So thank you for watching. This is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stand. See you next time. Bye.